that game has finished. Freiburg 1, West Ham United 2. And I've got to say, games like that are not easy. They're not easy at all. To go away in Europe when you've got no fans on, let's be fair, a pretty damn dodgy pitch as well. It's not an easy thing to do, to go away and get the win. I said in the video earlier on today that I don't care. However we get the win, however scrappy it is, everything is about the result. And that is a massive result. And I said it, I'm not going to change my tune now. The Freiburg game and the Newcastle game, we get favourable results in both. I was thinking a draw against Freiburg would still be a good result, but a draw against Freiburg and a win against Newcastle, and it's game on for the season. I mean, seriously, game on for the season. I like attacking it on all fronts. That's stage one done, and I've got to say, I thought we were really professional, actually. Really, really professional. They had a little stint. Let's get everything right here, okay? Let's say what they had going for them. They had a stint of about 15 minutes where they looked good. The rest of the time, I thought we had the game completely under control. You're going to get that. You don't go away in Europe and not have 15 minutes where you don't have the game, particularly a team as adept as these guys are. And I think the other thing to probably point out is their goalkeeper was awful. I mean, truly awful. Absolutely crap. And in many respects, we probably should have shot a little bit more given how terrible he was. But that's it. So those are the things that sort of went for us. But all that other stuff was against us. The UEFA ban on fans, the away game, all of that sort of stuff, right? It really was. Yet we came through. A little bit of rotation, not massively, and anyway, we did really, really well. I'll just go through a few of the players and what I thought of the performance and the goals and whatnot now, and then tomorrow I want to deal with the wider aspect of this miraculous run of breaking the record for a games undefeated in Europe, which is I never thought we'd do it at West. Do you know what? I was just about to say I never thought we'd do that record at West Ham. I never even knew it was a record. I didn't know. But it's really quite something. It's incredibly impressive. So anyway, we'll get to that. We'll deal with that tomorrow. So for now, we didn't know what formation he was going to choose. We got our answer. He was playing 4 at the back and he was playing Thilo Kehrer at left back. And I guess, a few of us wondered whether we maybe wanted to see what Thilo Kehrer could do at left back. Now we don't. He wasn't great. And it's one thing I thought David Moyes did very well. Actually, not one thing. That's damning him with faint praise. David Moyes' substitutions, I was really impressed because I thought when David Moyes did the substitutions, he substituted the 3 worst players were the first 3. The 2 worst players were the ones that come up, which is Thilo Kehrer and Pablo Fornals. I really did think they were the worst players. And he identified it and he brought them off, and that was simple as that. And I think the swap for Emerson was particularly stark actually because he looked an awful lot better. I feel I have some sympathy. I understand there's a certain level of sympathy to have with Thilo Kehrer. Of course, he's not getting regular game time. But what my David Moyes can't afford to do is sit there on the touchline and go, oh, do you know what? I feel a bit sorry for him. He's not had regular game time. I'll just leave it. No, he had to make the substitution. He did it. It immediately sorted out what I thought was a problem. West Ham immediately, when I say immediately, we started attacking really quickly. We created a number of chances. Jarrod Bowen had started the game up front. Throughout the game and throughout the 90 minutes, he drifted between, playing up front and playing on the right. I'll be fair, because I'm going to go on and heap a lot of praise on West Ham over the next couple of videos, certainly. I did think at times we looked like a team that didn't have a centre forward, But it is very, very minor criticism in what is, I do think, a miraculous achievement. And the achievement is, once again, here we are, 2 games in on a group stage, and we've got 6 points. I mean, it's just what happens in Europe. It's just unbelievable. This is the 3rd season we've been in Europe. Even that sounds like a preposterous thing to say. I'm sure people will say, well, Freiburg were crap. Well, we can't keep saying that stuff. Do you know what I mean? At some point, we've got to think, well, hold on, this is 17 games unbeaten. We're a pretty damn good team in Europe. And anyway, I digress from the point in hand. First goal, really, really good goal. Jarrod Bowen got free on the right over a really nice cross, actually. And Lucas Paqueta jumped up really high, leapt up like I was going to say rose like a phoenix, leapt like a salmon, whatever you want. Whatever you want. But he certainly did jump up really high and directed his header really well. I thought it was a bit dodgy goalkeeping, but I don't think quite as bad as the commentator, maybe it was Robbie Savage, was suggesting on the TV. I don't know the bounce of it because he headed it down. I thought the bounce of it was he bounced just in front of the goalkeeper. The keeper could have done better, but I didn't think it was quite that bad. But don't worry, the goalkeeper later on in the game goes on to perform pretty badly. Anyway, that didn't matter. We were playing really, really well. First half, so we went 1-0 up. In the first half, we were in cruise control. It had to be said, we were in cruise control. Half time, I guess David Moyes passed around the Valium to everybody. But look, we've had Valium, they've had Red Bull. Out they come and put it on us for 10, 15 minutes. They scored a goal, took it back to 1-1. It was a bit pinball to go if I... So, I don't know, to use the term I use all the time. It really was a good save from Fabianski initially. Bits of ricochet and all the rest of it. Could we have done better? Maybe Soufal could have done a little bit better. Maybe not. Who knows? Certainly no blame portion to Fabianski there. It's just me, or is Fabianski distributing the ball a little bit more quickly now? I think it probably is. They had... Basically, they got back into the game. And I have to say this, David Moyes sorted it out. I think what happened is at half-time, their coaches had a look at our team and thought, right, this is what we want to do. And then after about 65, 70 minutes, whatever it was, David Moyes has then since had a look at their team and seen them play well for 15 minutes. Thought, right, okay, now I've seen it. This is what I'm going to do. And he took off Thilo Kehrer, who was pretty bad, and Pablo Fornals, who was even worse. So, and he made the right decisions. And I was looking at that point, I didn't know which substitution he was going to make, but almost, anything was going to be good at that point. I was even looking at one point thinking, why don't you swap Aguerd round and swap around and Thilo Kehrer, which in hindsight would have been, he did the right thing. That would have been a worse move to make because Aguerd was amazing actually in the game. Again, there'll be people to say he wasn't particularly tested, but and he wasn't. He played in third gear. He scored a goal. He scored the second goal, by the way. Range of passing was sublime. When he plays like that, he looks brilliant. When he's against maybe not the very top opposition, he looks like a standard above. He really does. But he was untested. Honestly, like driving a co-op in a Ferrari to pick up a pint of milk at 30 mile an hour. Do you know what I mean? Seriously untested. I say, do you know what I mean? You probably don't. Hey, I don't know what it means. I don't even. Anyway, so that was substitutions I thought were good. James Ward-Prowse got another assist. What more can I say? Another assist. Swung the ball over from a corner. Aguerd headed it in. Goalkeeper should have done better. Goalkeeper actually, I felt punched Aguerd in the face. Funny how it doesn't hurt when you score a goal. I'll tell you who did hurt, actually. Mavropanos got a whack. I think he ran into the back, sort of a clash of heads with Edson Alvarez. Picked up another card, Alvarez, by the way. He don't muck around with the cards, does he? So, I think, some decent performances. There won't be long before Mavropanos gets a goal. He should have probably scored with a header from a James Ward-Prowse corner as well. Made a little mistake early on in the game, but he was quick enough to sort of clean it up. As I say, 15 minutes, apart from that, I don't think we were particularly tested. Alvarez looks like an experienced European player. Yes, I know he's from South America, but you know what I mean? He looks like one of those guys that's used to playing in the European leagues. Slotted in really well at West Ham. James Ward-Prowse had a steady Eddie performance. Comes away, gets his assist again. My word, I wonder if when he negotiated his contract, if he gets like extra 30, 40 grand for every assist. I'd have done that if I was his agent. I tried to be. I went and tried to pick him up, didn't I, in the van? So, good performance from him. The star of the show was Lucas Paqueta. It was a level above everyone else. Everyone. Amazing. Just an amazing football. And it's not just for the goal. Forget goal, even without the goal. Level above everyone else. It was amazing. Started the game. So Pablo Fornals started out on the left. Paqueta was in the middle. His biggest problem is, he's so good. He's such a good player, and you can understand why Moyes doesn't play him in attacking midfield. He's our best attacking midfielder. He's also our best left midfielder. So that's how good he is. And you'll see him play a combination of both positions. He's that good. The best players are, aren't they? Really. And I don't want to waste too much time talking about before now. There's loads of industry. Tried really, really hard. I think I'll probably leave it there. With him. Mohamed Kudus, really lovely run at the start of the game. Lovely dribbling. Got involved, set Bowen up with a good chance, actually. There's a some player in there. There really is. He's going to be a really good player. But, and I'll say this but now, just looking at that game, I don't think he's quite ready for David Moyes' team to start yet. And I'd actually back David Moyes on that one. Once he's coached him and he understands how Moyes want to play, I think he'll be borderline unplayable. I really do. But he slows the attack down, basically. And I'm sure that's just, him being under instruction to do so with his previous managers and his previous coaches. So there were just a number of times he got out, like, bang, go. But it was bad. It was stop, a little bit. Just a few too many touches, and he would kill the ball, and the ball would get recycled. But really good player. Some real flashes of brilliance, there, and looks really, really good. And I think he will get better. And I'm not talking years or anything like that. Give him a little while until he gets used to what we want to do, because I think he's the quickest player in the team. Once he gets on the afterburners, he knows when to use them. We're going to see some pretty special stuff from him. I'm pretty sure about that. And, finally, Jarrod Bowen, what can I say? Had a good, probably could, supplied the first goal, probably could have scored 2 or 3. I don't think he's a striker. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you play Jarrod Bowen up front, he'll score goals. But for what we want, I felt like we lacked a focal point to our attack. And there was no surprise. I felt that Jarrod Bowen's best work, particularly at the start, we started the strikers when he pulled wide, supplied the ammunition for Paqueta. So yeah, look, there's a lot to admire. A really pleasing result, it has to be said. A really pleasing result. I'm absolutely delighted. I don't know at the point of recording this video, I didn't know what the Brighton result was. In fact, you know what? I'm going to break the habit of a lifetime. I'm going to look now, so at least I can keep it relevant. I think they were 2-0 down to Marseille. Okay, look, 2-2 with Marseille. I picked Brighton because, they're in the Europa League, aren't they? But, they've not had an easy start to the season with Brighton. Far from it. Not had an easy start to the season at all. So, they've not found it that easy. They've done doing well in the league, well enough in the league, but did they lose the first game? I think they might have lost the first game in Europa League, 2-2 against Marseille. It's not easy. That's what I'm saying. It is not easy to do this and to juggle this, and that is why our record in Europe is as remarkable as it is. Anyway, I'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. I think that's pretty much a rundown. Mabama got on the pitch late on, as did Danny Ings, but it was 89th minute. I think possibly was even a 90th minute by the moment they stepped onto the pitch. There was a little bit of a call, maybe a bit of controversy in the end, possibly a handball from the very last kick of the game. What's the last kick of the game? The last palm of the game. I don't know. They didn't show a replay of it, and I'm down here doing a video now. But let's be fair. I mean, I don't want anyone calling an injustice there. West Ham were the best team. West Ham were the best team, and Freiburg were decent, decent team. But then they were the best team for about 15 minutes. But aside from that, West Ham deserved to win that game, and rightly so. There you go.